Life is giving us a treat. Whatever you will throw in me, I'll land on my 2 feet. I'm hanging around downtown, trying to be a part of whatever comes around. I'm looking for something that I can desire. I'm looking for someone to light up my fire. I love the way that you move when you dance to the music. The way your feet seem to float above the floor. How your eyes start to glow when I get close to you, baby. Come on and shake it like you did before. Just a silhouette in flashing light, moving like a cat on the floor, shining like a falling star. You're bringing me down for sure. Your jaded smile shows who you are, 'cause you've heard everything before. I'm looking for something that I can desire. I'm looking for someone to light up my fire. I love the way that you move when you dance to the music. The way your feet seem to float above the floor. How your eyes start to glow when I get close to you, baby. Come on and shake it like you did before. The way that you move when you dance to the music. The way your feet seem to float above the floor. How your eyes start to glow when I get close to you, baby. Come on and shake it like you did before. Shake it like you did before. Last night was the best night. Won't you shake it for me? Shake it like you did before. Let's start a new world today. Life is giving us a treat. Whatever you will throw in me, I'll land on my 2 feet. I'm hanging around downtown, trying to be a part of whatever comes around. I'm looking for something that I can desire. I'm looking for someone to light up my fire. I love the way that you move when you dance to the music. The way your feet seem to float above the floor. How your eyes start to glow when I get close to you, baby. Come on and shake it like you did before. Just a silhouette in flashing light, moving like a cat on the floor, shining like a falling star. You're bringing me down for sure. Your I can desire. I'm looking for someone to light up my fire. I love the way that you move when you dance to the music, the way your feet seem to float above the
I bet you're juggling a lot in your life, right? It wasn't really juggling, but that's the best I can do. These little balls can help, and I'll tell you about that in a second. But today, it's a restorative practice. And you know what a restorative practice is good for? A restorative practice is good for restoring your balance, your equilibrium, and just bringing things back into check. And that's what we're doing, restorative yoga. It helps also to keep you injury-free. It's kind of a surprise, right? You think, oh, relaxation, restoration, just lying around doing nothing. Far from it. How does restorative yoga help you? Mobility and flexibility. It brings it back. And how does it do that? By resting in the poses for a longer period of time. You rest in a full range of motion stretch in a restorative pose, in a restorative practice. So today we're holding the restorative poses for about 5 minutes each. That's a long time. It allows your body to relax, to let go, to find a new level of depth in a yoga pose. And it's a lot different from some faster paced practices that we do other days of the week. All of our practices are different. Come back and check us out, and they all work together to make you better, stronger, more flexible, more mobile. Hi, I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga, and this is your yoga from home. That's Bonnie and Piper back there, and Dwayne's doing the cameras, and life is good, and I'm glad that you are here doing your yoga from home. Biggest thing is, do what's right for your body. Every day our bodies are different. All of our bodies are different. All of our mobility is different. Just honor that and do what is right for you. Do what feels good. Word to think about today as you practice your yoga is pranayama. Okay, we talk about that a lot. We say that a lot. Engage your ujjayi pranayama breath. Pranayama is it's Sanskrit for your vital life force. And what is that? It's your breath, right? So focus on your breath today. We're going to be in the poses for a longer period of time, so you can really focus. Control your breath. Think about it. When you're nervous, your breath is shallow, right? You take quick, shallow breaths. You sigh it out when things are a little tense. Take deep, peaceful, calm, controlled breaths in your pranayama today. It really does calm your mind and your body. Okay, you're going to need some props for today. I've been holding on to these to show you. We're not going to use them today. We're going to use them on Friday. But don't forget, little balls. This is a squishy little ball. It's kind of, it's not a lacrosse ball. It's a ball from the dollar store. And this is a dryer ball. And it's a little spiky and firm. But rolling them around under your shoulders, under your hips, really, really feels wonderful. We'll do a little bit of that tomorrow, so keep that in mind. All right, so an eye shade. I always like to have an eye shade and a hand towel, kind of a basics. 2 yoga blocks, we're going to use those. Have some water handy, a big blanket, soft, squishy blanket, a weighted blanket, whatever blanket from, everybody's got blankets lying around, grab one. And also a big bolster. It can be, a pillow from your sofa if you want, but this bolster's kind of firm, kind of nice. It's where we're going to start. All right, so first thing we always say is lock in a stress number in your mind. Would you take those for me, please? In your mind, lock in a stress number. Scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. Where are you? How are you doing stress-wise? Lock that number in, and let's come into just the 6 poses we're going to do today. Be near a wall so you can do legs up the wall. You don't have a wall nearby. You can use a chair and throw your legs up the chair. All right, so here's the deal. Let's start in a child's pose. Bring your bolster on down vertically onto your mat. You want to kind of bring your knees up to about the middle or a third high, depending upon your height. Sink your bottom on down so it's comfortable and resting. Grab a block, place it at the top, maybe put a towel on top of your block. And we're going to sink down to a child's pose for a period of 5 minutes, and I will set a timer. So come down, on your belly, onto the bolster. Bring your forehead to your block. And I'm going to start our 5 minutes now. And you think, oh my goodness, 5 minutes is a long time. And it is. But you breathe, you rest, you relax. The biggest thing here is to still your mind. Get rid of the thoughts, still your mind, and let your body unwind. It's holding on to tension. It always does. We all do. Breathe deeply using your pranayama breath. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Forehead to the block. Chest really sinking down. Let all of your weight rest on your bolster. And breathe deeply, eyes closed. Your shoulders, let them broaden to the sides of your mat. And you think about it, when your shoulders broaden, that's the opposite of when we're tensed. When we're tensed, we tend to close in and tighten in and pull our shoulders in. Let your shoulders release. Let go of the stress. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Nowhere to go. Just find your peace here, and I'll let you know when the time is up. As the thoughts try to interrupt your peace, acknowledge them, let them go, you'll come back to them later. Focus is only on the depth and peace in your breath. Deep breaths, broadening the shoulders. Full exhales, releasing the tailbone to the back of the room and the crown of the head to the front.
Take a deep breath in and a deep, full breath out. If you'd like to stay here in this child's pose longer, feel free to do so. I'm going to move into a caterpillar pose next. If you'd like to join me, slowly, maybe keep your eyes closed, slowly press on up to seated. Come off of your bolster. You'll probably do this with your eyes closed the whole time in the setup. Send your legs long onto your mat. Bring your blanket underneath your knees, fold it up kind of burrito style. Support your knees. It feels really good. Bring the bolster onto your thighs. The weight of the bolster feels pretty good too. Now, what we're going to do here in this 5-minute pose is we're going to have the bolster edge right up against your belly. You're going to lengthen up, and then you're going to hinge forward. And you're going to bring your torso down to the bolster. It may not be there now, so maybe you might want to use a block or two to rest your head, or use your little half block, or whatever it takes to maybe bring the bolster up to you a little bit more. When you're ready, settle in. I'll set our 5-minute timer, and we will begin. Deep breath in, and deep breath out. With each inhale you take, imagine your spine getting longer. Imagine space in your low back as you inhale. And then as you exhale, imagine folding over even more. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Don't think about it. Don't stress about it. Don't worry about where you are. Your body will go exactly where it needs to go if you just get the mind out of the way. Focus only on your breath. Big inhale. And big shoulder softening, relaxing exhale. Big breaths out of your back of your lungs, shoulders widening to the sides of your room. Big full exhale hollows out your belly and lets you find greater length in your torso. to your breath. Only your breath. Take a few more deep cycles of breath here. Know that we're about to conclude this pose. So deepen your breath. Feel what you feel to its fullest extent. And you have a choice. Do you want to stay here a little bit longer over the 5 minutes? Or would you like to join me in a wide-legged forward fold? You can keep the eyes closed if you want to join me, and peel your chest on up off of your bolster. Take it slowly and just enjoy the sensations there. Shoulders over your hips. Slip the blanket out. Open your legs wide and bring the bolster between your legs. All right, you can stack up your blanket, your other little towel, your blocks, whatever feels right for you. You know this drill. Legs spread nice and wide, and come on down with your torso, just like we did a moment ago in that caterpillar pose, but you're taking it a little bit deeper here. Again, we're gonna go for 5 minutes. Lengthen up, and then fold on over. And as time progresses, maybe you remove, a layer or 2 or 3 off of your bolster. Timer starts now. Nestle in and enjoy. If the knees don't feel so great, you can put a little bend in them. Arms can be on your bolster, down to the earth, or maybe used to encourage the knees or the ankles open a little bit farther. Is your mind holding on to the tension? Is your mind holding on to the discomfort? Let it go. Don't think about it. Breathe deeply. As long as it is not painful, you can do this. Breathe through any discomfort and just let it go. Go back to the sound of your deep breath in the back of your throat.
layers of an onion. Maybe you peel your blanket back as you get lower and lower and closer to your bolster. Take a few deep breaths here, taking it to the depth that feels right for you and just observing your breath and how it feels. Just a couple more breaths and our 5 minutes is up. And while you're at your lowest depth, just be a kind little observer. Think back to where you were when you started 5 minutes ago, and then think now how it feels in your body. When you're ready, let's slowly press on up, or stay here if you want, but I'm gonna go into a new pose for us. Come on up, shoulders over your hips. Remove your bolster, bring your legs back to the midline of your body. Fold your blanket, a little bit, maybe in half or quarters or whatever. And then place it at the top of your mat. You don't need any other props. We're gonna come into, tree pose. We usually do tree pose standing. We're gonna come into a belly down tree pose. So this is really nice to open up the hips, and you got gravity working with you. Nice to have gravity work with us instead of against us. All right, so come onto your belly. Oh, even that feels good in the low back. Your arms, you're going to cactus them out. So come all the way down, cactus your arms. So your arms are like a goalpost. Maybe you want your blanket a little bit wider so you could have your hands still on the blanket, or maybe bring them down to the floor. You decide, just get wherever you're comfortable. Let's start with the left leg. Draw your left toes up towards your shin, if that feels good. So your foot is in a dorsiflexion. You could have it in that plantar flexion with the top of the foot on the mat. You decide. I'm going to draw the toes toward the shin. Then I'm going to bend my right knee, and I'm going to bring the right knee up to wherever is comfortable. I'm going to bring it to about hip height. Does this remind you of Tipsy Frog, which we've done before? All right, now the right foot, I'm going to bring it inside and place it on the left leg. Now you can place it on your knee here because there's no real lateral sideways pressure there. So get comfortable in your downed tree. I've set the timer for 5 minutes. Your knee, your right knee is bent. So your neck, let's turn the head in the opposite direction of the knee. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. So turn your head, right knee is bent, So I'm going to bring my right cheek or my right ear onto the mat. The foot is just lightly against the leg. And if you don't like the position your foot is in, just change it. Keeping that left leg long and straight. Rest onto your cheek or your ear. Timer is set. 5 minutes. As you breathe here, deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Let the hips equally fall to the earth as you let all tension go there. All tension is released. Let it go. As you breathe deeply, curiously be aware of the pause between your deep inhales and your deep exhales. Embrace that little pause at the top of the inhale and then let it all go. No tension in the shoulders, just peace. In this last minute here, you can remove the blanket and take it just a teeny bit deeper in the shoulders. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let's switch to the other side. So bring your head back to the midline. You can reintroduce your blanket if you want to start off a little more gently. Send the right leg long, drawing the right toes either up towards your shin or plantar flexion with the top of the right foot on your mat. Left leg, bend it, bend it, bend it. Maybe bring the sole of the foot. I'm going to bring it into my knee because that's okay in a reclined position. I'm going to try to let my left hip relax a little more closely to the earth. I'm going to turn the other cheek, always a good thing. Turning the other cheek, so my left cheek or maybe my left ear is on the blanket or no blanket at all. You decide how you want to start out. Cactus out the arms, so the elbows are maybe at about shoulder height. Eyes are closed. Rest into your 5-minute tree pose on this side. You got it. Relax deeper into your breath and find the peace in that pause of your breath. And whenever you're ready, you can always slip the blanket away if you like. Think of space between your shoulders and think of letting the shoulders rest on your mat. Hips are equidistant as best you can to the mat. As you imagine space in your hips, softness in your glutes, and surrendering to gravity. As time progresses, don't forget, maybe slip the blanket away or not. Maybe you slip it away and slip it back in. That's fine, because it's your yoga. Deep breaths, no thoughts. Just opening up in the hips and the shoulders. In the shoulders, let it go, let it go, let it go. Don't hold on. Maybe you can turn the neck a little bit more, bringing more of the ear onto the mat. And
and surrender. We've got a little less than a minute left, so if you haven't slipped the blanket away yet, maybe try it and see. Just a little more intense. Deepen your breath. Not much longer here. Just take 2 more deep cycles of breath here, really just challenging yourself to take deeper breaths and surrender even further, knowing you've only got 2 more breaths here, then we're going to move on. Slowly, when you're ready, oh, I feel this, I bet you do too. Bring your head back to the midline of your body. Bend your elbows and bring your hands under your collarbones. Leg goes long. Press on up and make your way to the wall. For such a little simple pose, I think that was really intense. Take just a moment. How do you feel in your shoulders? Take a deep breath here, seated. Feels pretty good, I think. I hope you do too. Let's make our way to the wall for legs up the wall. Lots of ways to take it, but I would definitely bring your eye shade with you and your blanket. You can also bring your bolster too if you'd like to use that. Lots of things you can do with the blanket. I'm going to place it up next to the wall. You could use it to cover up. You could put your bolster on the ground and place your low back on it. Lots of ways. Make it uniquely yours. We do it different ways, different days, so you can see what you like. Bring one hip up to the wall, swing your legs on up to the wall, and your bottom isn't perfectly up next to the wall. You kind of want some space there. And if the blanket or bolster isn't right, bend your knees, feet on the wall, and scoot your bolster or blanket however you like it. Send the legs straight up the wall. Cover your eyes with your eye shade. And we're going to stay here for about 7 minutes. All right, so as you get settled in, cover your eyes, maybe cover with the blanket, maybe draw your toes towards your shin, and imagine your tailbone, the tip of your spine, tipping down. You can really feel it if you tell yourself, do that. Tip it on down. Maybe you place the bolster on your feet for a little bit of weight. But nestle in and get comfortable. Eyes closed, arms down by your sides. An option for your arms are to have one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Helps you connect with your pranayama, your vital life force, your breath. And you know all the good things this does. As your legs go up the wall, as they go up, your heart rate, your anxiety, your stress all come down, and that's good. This pose, do it before you go to bed at night. It helps with insomnia. It helps if you have, it helps with the circulation in your legs. I think it really helps with cellulite too. It soothes your cramped feet if you got cramps in those. It helps your pelvic floor relax, especially if you drive that tailbone into the earth. Fibromyalgia, it's said to help with that. Menopause, it helps with hot flashes, and it helps with restless leg as well. Let's begin. 7 minutes. Enjoy. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Entire torso is relaxed. Shoulders are taking a break from the intensity
of that fallen tree pose. Legs are lifted, they are light. And your tailbone is fully relaxed on the earth. Deep breath in. Embrace the pause. And a deep breath out. Deepen your breath. Soften your shoulders a little bit more.
Deepen your breaths. And if you want to stay right where you are, stay here a little bit longer. I'm going to move into a tree pose on the wall here. And if you'd like to join me, if you got the bolster on your feet, go ahead and work it off. But I'm going to bend my right knee and open up my knee closer to the wall, placing the sole of my right foot gently toward the extended left leg. Open up the right knee a little more toward the wall if that feels good for you. Couple of breaths. See if you can get the outside of the right knee even closer toward the earth, even closer toward the wall. Bring the right knee back to the midline of the body and extend the right leg high to the sky, drawing the right toes toward the shin. Bend the left knee. Open up the outside of the left knee toward the wall. Place the sole of the left foot lightly onto the extended right leg. Let the outside of the right knee work more toward the wall. And breathe. With each exhale, see if you can deepen it a little more, driving the outside of the left knee closer and closer to the wall. As you inhale, slowly bring the left knee back to a natural position, meeting the right knee, sending both legs high to the sky in our starting position. Take a big inhale and a big exhale. Let the pinky toes fall closer to the earth as you create a big letter V with your legs on the wall. Maybe work the pinky toes closer toward the earth. Let gravity do its thing here. Breathe. Soften. Get your mind out of the way. You can go farther than you think. Deep breath in and deep breath out. You got this. You're plenty warmed up. You did a wide-legged forward fold. You did caterpillar. Couple more breaths. And we'll make our way to our last posture, our final Shavasana pose. Stay here longer if you like, but if time is up, bring your legs back up to the center on the wall. Draw your toes towards your shins, drive your tailbone down even more. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Come off the wall the way you came on. Roll onto one hip or the other, bringing the legs down, and make your way to your mat. For today's final Shavasana, you do it any way you like.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that bolster back under my knees, like the way I had the blanket under the knees for that caterpillar pose. I'm going to position it just right so my knees are supported and it feels really good. I'm going to bring my eye shade and my blanket. I'm going to cover up with my blanket. You could keep your blanket folded, maybe just cover the feet. That little bit of weight feels good. Or on the thighs or the belly, or open it up all the way if it's cold wherever you are. So, cover up, come to recline, cover the eyes with your eye shade or your towel, and let's nestle in here for about 4 minutes. Take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Arms down by your sides, palms face up. Work the arms a little bit away from the body. Deep breaths in, lift your chest up to the sky. Maybe wiggle your shoulder blades a little closer to your spine. Legs are long with a little bit of space between them. Pinky toes relax comfortably toward the earth. Your eyes are closed as you breathe deeply. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Let your eyes rest heavily in your eye sockets. Your legs, your arms are heavy. As you come back to just your breath. No thoughts for the last few moments of the practice. Just peace in your deep breaths in and your even deeper, slower breaths out. Revisit the area between your eyebrows and soften there. Shoulders away from the ears. Relax. Let it all go for these last few breaths. Take a deep breath in and a very slow, full belly
stay here longer, if it suits you, you can just hit the mute button on your television. That would work. If it's time for you to conclude your hour, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Just feel the freshness there. Work the motion up into your hands and your feet. And then your wrists and your ankles, circle them out. Appreciate the mobility there. On an inhale, reach high up overhead. Stretch it out in a good morning stretch. Maybe wiggle one hip, then the other. One hand really reaches high, then the other. Feel your shoulders. Let them slide down the shoulder pockets and then reach. And then finish up. Elbows bend, just scoot your bolster away, roll into a fetal position onto one side or the other. Use your low arms. Bicep is a pillow for your head. Eyes remain closed. Savor this moment with a wonderful deep cycle of breath. Big breath in. And big slow breath out. Slowly push on up to a comfortable seated position. Maybe the eyes remain closed. Bring your hands to prayer center. Press your thumbs slightly into your chest. Shoulders over your hips. Spine is long and strengthened. It is restored. It is refreshed. Bring your ears back over your shoulders. Tuck your chin slightly. Take a big breath in that originates at the base of your spine, that tailbone. Let the inhale go all the way up through the crown of your head. Embrace the little pause between inhale and exhale, and let it all go. Soften in the shoulders as you retrace that path of breath. Let your bottom, your knees be firmly rooted into the foundation beneath you. Gently blink your eyes open. Ta-da, you did it. How do you feel? Stress number you took in the beginning, what was it then? And what is it now? Most excellent. How's your stress? It does come down, doesn't it? How did you like the reclined tree pose? It was intense on the shoulders, I think. So I'm glad that you are here. Betty, thanks for being here. Esther, Sarah, Stan, Tammy, Liz, Lynn, Donna, Kelly, Reed, Barbara, and Marietta. I'm glad that you are here. Thanks for being here. All right, here's the thought as you go on with your day. As you go on with your day, let a peace that transcends all understanding guard your heart and your mind today and always. That's from Philippians chapter 4, verse 7. Have a good day, everybody. Love you. See you on your mats tomorrow. Bye. Hi. You're a good girl. Put your ears back. There you go. There you go. How are you today? How are you? Hey, you. Hi, cute little girl. Life is good. Yes, you're a good girl. Alrighty. Well, that's the buzzword this week. Be thankful for what you have. I am thankful that you are here doing your yoga with me, allowing me to do yoga with you. So many things to be thankful about. Focus on the positive. Focus on thanks. All right, our yoga is free for anybody and everybody. You know that. Don't stop during the holidays. Keep at it. You need it. You need it. It helps alleviate the stress and just helps keep you in the game, keep you in the present moment. Tell your friends about our yoga. They can join in too. All they got to do is go on Facebook or on YouTube. It's free for anybody and everybody. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can go to our website. It's www.316yoga.com. Thanks for being here. I'm thankful for yoga, and I'm thankful for you. See you on your mat tomorrow.